I have decided to create a series of videos on internationally considered sovereign nations in alphabetical order, which means Afghanistan is going to be our first video in this series. And without further delay, let's begin. First, let's discuss the geography of Afghanistan. Afghanistan is a country which is kind of located in between Central and South Asia, but according to the UN, it is located in South Asia and it is surrounded by 6 other countries, 7 if you consider the Jammu and Kashmir region to be part of India. It is the 40th largest country in the world in terms of size, with an area of 647,230 square kilometer or 249,900 square miles. It has no coastline as it is a landlocked country. If you look closer to the map of Afghanistan, you can find a long narrow piece of land in the northeast. You may wonder why Afghanistan has that piece of land. It is technically because of UK and Russia. See, back in the 1800s, the British and the Russians were competing each other to see who could conquer the largest global empire in terms of colonization and influence. Russia took over many Central Asian countries such as Kazakhstan, Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, while British took over many South Asian countries such as India, Bangladesh and Pakistan. Now when it came to Afghanistan, things started to get a little difficult because the Afghani people did not want to be taken over. It was a very crucial thing in the map because it was the place where the British and the Russians came really closer to each other. Eventually the British kind of took over in the end of 1900s against the wishes of the Afghani people. Yet they still have to distinguish the borders between Afghanistan and the rest of the empire. But when it came to Pakistan, or back then British India, the British decided to use the Durand line, and when it came to the Russian Empire, they decided to use the Pananj and Palmyr rivers. Now the thing is, when both the empires drew these lines, they technically didn't touch each other in the northeast and left a huge narrow buffer zone which is known as the Wakhan corridor. Eventually it was given to Afghanistan by default. The Wakhan corridor plays a very crucial role in the geography of Afghanistan because at the very end of the Wakhan corridor there is a border with China, which is almost 32 km or 20 miles. So technically China is also a neighbor of Afghanistan. Now let's talk about the biodiversity of Afghanistan. There are several types of mammals found across the country. Snow leopards, Siberian tigers and brown bears live in the higher elevations of the country. Marco Polo sheep exclusively lives in the Wakhan corridor. Foxes, wolves and wild sheep and other big cats populate the mountainous forest region in the east. I think we have talked enough about the geography and biodiversity of Afghanistan. So now let's discuss about its demographics. The population of Afghanistan was estimated at 32.9 million as of 2019 by the Afghanistan Statistics and Information Authority, whereas the UN estimates over 38 million. 40% of the people consider themselves to be Pashtun, or the people from the Pashtun tribe. They speak a language called Pashto. There are some other ethnic minorities such as Uzbeks, Hazar and Tajiks. But the interesting thing is that the majority of them, about 85% of them, including the Pashtuns, speak a language called Dari. Dari is actually a dialect of Farsi, which is a Persian language. This means someone who is fluent in Dari can travel to Iran and live there without having any trouble while communicating. We have come to the final segment of this video, the friendly side of Afghanistan. Due to the language similarities, Afghans and Iranians have some cultural similarities, but they also have some controversy. India and Pakistan are considered to be the biggest business partners, but they also have some problems. Now when it comes to their best friend, Afghanistan considers Turkey as their best friend. Both the countries cooperated with each other for over 100 years and till now they are good friends. Keeping the controversy aside, Afghanistan is a beautiful country with lots of places to explore. Thank you for watching till the end and make sure to subscribe.